It's time to go across the country with your Christmas Day forecast. I hope you're getting some rest today and spending some time with loved ones. I'm happy to be here with you. Before we get to the weather, let's take a look at some videos from across the country. Just the majesty of a bull moose on display here. Pretty cool stuff. Looking right at the camera. Why not? Now we have another video of a different winter variety, absolutely pulverizing the snow in Dorval, Quebec. Those plows out there keeping us safe, and in certain parts of the country, those plows have had a lot of work to do. Parts of New Brunswick have been seeing the snow fall, and it made for quite a nice complement to the wonderful Christmas decorations in this front yard. All right, it is your Christmas Day forecast. One positive to share with you: things are very quiet across much of the country. So if you do have some driving to do, heading to mom and dad's house or what have you, for most of the country, you should be faring pretty well there. Temperatures are also looking quite positive. As we can see, fairly warm trend across much of Canada. Now, we do see the last few days of the new year, or this year, I should say, approaching the new year, some colder air may start to filter in. So we'll be keeping an eye on that. But for today, not too bad. Regina, 0 degrees. Toronto, -2, right around seasonal there. A little bit cooler, but colder for areas like Montreal, where the high is -12 for today. Do you have a white Christmas? Well, that is defined by having at least 2 centimeters of snow on the ground this morning of December 25th. And for some, we will have that in parts of northern Canada. This low pressure system driving some active snowfall in some areas. Now, temperature wise, we can see not faring too bad for more southern parts of the region. You see Fort Smith, -5 degrees for our Christmas Day. Meanwhile, for Atlantic Canada, some snowfall in the past 24 hours. That was certainly a story we were keeping an eye on. But for today, boy, we could see some melting continuing in parts of Nova Scotia, with temperatures a couple degrees above freezing for communities like Yarmouth. And as you can see, other than some snowfall for Sydney, it is a quiet day. So good travel conditions should be in store, albeit unless the last few days brought some very heavy snowfall. Winds are going to be a little bit breezy for southern Nova Scotia. Into tomorrow, we can see things getting a little bit more breezy for Newfoundland. Halifax 7-day forecast showing even warmer temperatures on the way. Love to see that, and a similar pattern for Fredericton. Now for Quebec, it is still cold. One part of eastern Canada still hanging on to some of those chillier conditions. To Montreal is going to feel like -12 degrees and -12 with that wind chill. Warmer temperatures, though, are on the way. And for Ontario, actually doing pretty good. Eastern areas, still hanging on to that chill a little bit. But as far as active weather goes, not a whole lot. So if you have some driving in southern Ontario to do today, as I do, you'd be in good shape, along with much of the province. Now, winds maybe a little bit more breezy in more central and northern sections, but temperature-wise, a similar warming pattern on the way. We see this for many in eastern Canada as we head towards the end of 2024. Maybe some rainfall picking up for Toronto, but can't complain about a high of +7 that we saw there. Ottawa also seeing some days getting above freezing after we get through this temporary chill. Okay, quiet for the prairies. So again, travel not too bad for today. That's a different story in BC, where we continue to see some very active conditions. But winds going to be strong for Alberta, but not much for the rest of the region. Now, taking a look at our 7-day forecast, we can see maybe a little bit of freezing rain action for Winnipeg late week. Calgary, we're going to see temperatures a little up and down, but colder weather does appear to be on the way. Boy, lots of rain for BC. This is a story we're going to continue to talk about throughout the day, along with the winds for the region.